And until that changes, he's just going to sit there getting bigger live streaming video games.
No,
he has made some
Jim
moves,
has
though.
to hear about the opportunity that Kyle gave very benevolently for Wings to change his life.
Yeah.
Go ahead and take it from here, Kyle.
So-
you know the tale.
So we're always throwing around fun ideas on this show about things we can do outside the show in real life and such, and people like sometimes will accuse us of like never doing them. And there has been some ideas that just didn't come to fruition.
They're not completely wrong.
Well, sometimes they're just not practical. Sometimes we're like, that's going to cause a legal issue. I can't fight insects in my house. That might be we can't do that. Plus, my roommate doesn't want there to be giant bugs in my house or something like that. But one episode, I threw this at Wings because he was bemoaning his
Station in life.
Sure, and I said, look, man, come to my house. We'll do a fucking month-long boot camp. We'll get the fans behind it. We'll do a Kickstarter to get you like fitness gear, supplies. We'll film the entire thing. We'll make posters. We'll make coffee mugs. We'll get like a big viewership. Not only will this revive your body, it'll revive your YouTube channel. This will be amazing. Come to my house. I'll take a month out of my schedule. I will devote it to you. We'll do this thing together. It'll be fun. I sort of half-heartedly meant it. I didn't really expect him to ever say yes because of all the things that we told you so far. He doesn't get out of his bubble too much. And then the man said yes.
He took you up on it.
He took me up on it.
Took you up on the offer.
And so that night I was taking a shower in my shower after the show, and I was washing my hair, and I bumped my elbow on the shower wall, and I was like, God, the shower is a little narrow. And then it occurred to me, Wings of Redemption could not fit into my shower. And if he was going to live with me, we would have to put in a new shower. So construction began the next day on a $5,000 shower. we tore out the old one.
Wait, are you joking with me, or
Not
is
a
this
bit.
you being legit?
This is absolutely
legit.
what happened.
You built the guy a new shower.
Called in the contractors, ripped the old shower out, ripped everything out, laid a tile floor, laid tile
More of a
walls,
car wash, really.
big double
That's a good one,
glass,
Woody.
big double glass doors, a power hose with the multicolored foam, just like wax, the whole thing. And getting ready for him to come over. I had a guest bedroom, but I don't think it was very well equipped. Bought him a new Roku, put a TV in there. This man is gonna lose weight. So he shows up to my house. He lived in Myrtle Beach. I was in Northeast Georgia. It's about a 5-6 hour drive, something like that. And he spent a month at my home. I filmed everything. I had a pretty nice digital camera, and I'm sort of doing voiceover live during the workouts, and I set up all of these sort of comedic type workouts where we used some of the money that was raised via Kickstarter to hire a friend of mine who assisted me in my videos, this guy named Jeremy, to be sort of like Wing's personal trainer while I was holding the camera and coming up with the workouts.
And make sure you say that Jeremy is not a personal trainer.
Jeremy's in good shape though, right? Like Jeremy's strong, and Jeremy can follow direction, and that's what I needed from a personal trainer. So Jeremy would motivate Wings, like, come on, one more, or they would compete in some sort of physical activity to make it fun and as well as entertaining for the viewership. And sometimes when Wings was on the elliptical machine, his weight would cause it to come off the casters, and Jeremy was there to put it back
Starting
on.
fires, yeah.
Yeah, start smoking or whatever. Jeremy was literally there spraying lubricant on the casters of the elliptical to keep it working because it had a 350-pound limit on it, and the man weighed 425. He lost 40 pounds at my house in 30 days. He tried to quit multiple times.
Not 30 days. That's important to me, actually. So 2 weeks in, he wanted to leave. And we held like an intervention on the show where all of us were like, you can't leave, you can't leave, you can't leave. So he didn't leave, but he kind of half-heartedly quit. But he stayed there, and I want to say it was 24 days total that he stayed.
Wait, so are the videos of this up?
Oh,
Can I go watch this?
My friend, there is a whole fucking video series that I
I have to go watch this now.
like not to toot my own horn, but it's been called the greatest Wings of Redemption content ever by me.
Right here on the show. Just now.
I really put some blood, sweat, and tears into this. I invented sort of competitions for him to do. There were costumes There were gags. There
He
was
sat in a kiddie pool while being towed around by a truck, I think, as some sort of upper body exercise. Does that sound right?
that happened. I don't remember why I had him do it. There was a Wings Redemption obstacle course. He was flipping tires, swinging hammers, swinging baseball bats, pushing trucks, doing wall sits, lifting weights. I got kind of a full gym.
And there was at no point was there a structure of like, all right, Monday, Wednesday, Sunday, we're going to do shoulders, arms, and chest, and then we're going to do legs here. It was just, hey,
See
my
this
friend
guy
Jeremy's
dressed up as
dressed up
Gumby?
in a Gumby fucking mascot suit. He's gonna sit down and try to resist as you pull him across the hardwood floor.
Yeah.
It's like who knows what it's working out, but he's being active. You know,
Something's got to work
he's
out.
doing
Something.
something.
And he dropped 40 pounds from this.
Yes, because I put him on a diet. We prepared all of his food. There was no going out for fast food. There was only what we brought into the home and prepared for him. I lost like 15 pounds during the ordeal because I didn't have any junk food in my house for his benefit, you know? And I was going along with the workouts to some extent with him along the way. I'm jogging beside him or you know, if he's lifting weights, then to spell him, I would do some lifts or show him the technique. You know, I'm certainly not an expert or anything, but I know how to do a proper bench press or I know how to do proper squats or whatever. And I'm watching enough YouTube videos, and I took weightlifting in high school and stuff. I know what I'm doing, so I don't hurt myself, and so he wouldn't hurt himself. And so I would demonstrate along the way. Well, living with him outside of the workout was one of the most horrible ordeals of my life. That month was one of the worst months of my life because Wings lives within his own bubble. He doesn't socialize, and so he doesn't curtail himself to social norms. Right away, myself, my roommate Kitty, and my girlfriend were in my kitchen, and the bathroom is visible from the kitchen. And we hear this noise of water flowing into more water. And we all look up ponderously, and the bathroom door is agape, and Wings is pissing. And we can see most of him. I couldn't see the penis, nor could he. But he was pissing, and we all and we were all just in shock. And finally, my roommate Kitty yelled, "Close the goddamn door! You're pissing with the door open." She's British, if you can't tell. And we all just bust out laughing. Like, can you believe that? He's like, "What? What's the big deal? You know, just taking a piss. It's not like I was shitting."
Strong point.
Shitting. When I put him on the FPS Kyle diet, which is a lot of salads and grilled chicken, basically. He didn't shit for a week. He didn't shit for so long. I called the only person who I truly know is a bit of a fitness expert, Joe Lozon, who's a UFC fighter, a man who is literally a fitness expert. He's a professional fighter, professional athlete, big name in the UFC. I'm like, he hasn't shat in 4 days, dude. He's like, what? He hasn't shat in 4 days. What do we do? He's like, well, if 3 or 4 more days go by, you know, it's gonna be a problem. It's already a problem. I think, I'm just picturing the meals that he's taken in. That's still inside him somewhere. He's
more
piling
stuffing
on
down
top.
the musket barrel.
Yeah.
it's like he's overloaded. This,
Damn
you know,
it.
I've seen what happens when you put the wrong ammunition into a gun. It explodes. Like what? Are we gonna blow this man's asshole out? And I kept thinking back to a story that Wings once told us about how he was very constipated for a while and he hadn't been able to poop. And then he finally sat on the table, and I'm going to quote him instead of telling you what actually happened.
Wait, did you say sat on the table?
Toilet.
Oh, okay. That was going to be a more horrifying story.
Oh, it's much more horrifying than
Hang
sitting
in
on a
there.
Oh, it's about to take a turn.
He sits on the toilet and he begins pooping. And to quote him, the turd came out sideways and log jammed in his asshole. And like if you can imagine like a long turd coming out an asshole and then somehow making a 90-degree turn and just wedging it open.
It was
like,
a breech birth.
In the movies when a big crocodile's about to bite the good guy and he sticks a stick in his mouth?
Yeah.
That happened to his asshole, according to him. And he screamed out in pain, "Ah!" and fell into the floor with the turd still lodged. And he was in so much pain, to quote him, there was only one thing to do, and that was call for Grandma.
What any of us would do.
Grandma! There's a turd log jammed in my butthole. Help me. And she did. Quickly, she came to his aid. Rubber gloves, were placed, a finger was inserted, and the turd, such that it was broken up and
Now-
destroyed.
So
be
wait,
fair, Kyle-
his grandmother fished shit out of his ass? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, to be fair, it was more of like breaking it up for easy room, like an abortion.
To be fair,
Yeah,
to be
Mr. Medicare, we have our own scat man on the show. Yeah, it's not exclusive to you and your universe.
Yeah,
who would tell somebody that story? God, if that happened to me, I would never tell that fucking story to a soul.
You might kill your grandma so that she. You're just like smothering her that night with a pillow. I'm sorry, this can never get out. If Mr. Medicare finds out. So if you want that clip exists of him breaking that down. Just breaking down the shit in his asshole. And so that was occurring to me as I pondered over his constipation. And so we're getting him these chia seed drinks from the grocery store, which are supposed to aid in passing, making you regular, making you poop. We're filling his diet with fiber. I believe there was like shredded wheat and chia seed drinks and all of this stuff. And finally, like 7 or 8 days in, I mean, I had to replace the toilet, not because anything was wrong with it, but just out of principle. After he
You
left,
knew what happened in
I knew what had happened there. It was like if your girlfriend told you she'd been in a gangbang. You didn't see it, and there are no visible damages, but you just can't get past it.
Yeah.
I knew Wings of Redemption had taken a
Good
7-day
comparison.
shit in my toilet, and I couldn't get past that ever again. I couldn't look at that toilet in the face square again and have any respect.
Can I ask you, what was his reaction after? I mean, so you host him on, this was on your channel, yeah? You host
It was on
see,
this show.
see, that's what he
on
thought.
a show.
See that's to be fair, I felt like that was even more benevolent of me. I made all of this content for him, hosted him at my home, and he was like, "So you're gonna put this on your channel?" I'm like, "No. This is going on your channel. This is about reviving your YouTube channel."
Yeah.
And these videos have hundreds of thousands of views. I'm looking at FPS.
Oh, so it's all the traffic's going to him then.
all of the
Yeah,
traffic.
it was all for Wings. Kyle did this very benevolently. I wasn't
So
being
he
sarcastic.
he loses weight. He gets a show with you. He's got, hey, come check out my channel. You watch this stuff. It's a month long.
and
Was he happy about it? Was he thankful?
we set up an Indiegogo and raised him $10,000 cash.
So did he ever say thank you for that? Thank you for helping my channel. Thanks for the money. Thanks for losing the 40 pounds for all the work.
I don't want to say no because there's a chance I just don't remember it. And he did say it, but I will say I don't remember him ever thanking me now.
I remember him saying Kyle didn't do shit except for set up the workouts and make the videos and whatever other things you did.
Since then, he's kind of gone the opposite route and said that I didn't do anything really to help him, and then follow that by listing all the things that I did do.
You just said you put in a new shower for him.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
It's
Right? You
$1,000.
redid your damn house for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's remarkable.
And I don't know if I've ever said this, but the first night he broke the bed in the room. It wasn't a bed, to be fair. It was a futon because it was a guest bedroom, and I had never had a guest in there before. And so there was a futon, a couch that folds out into a bed.
Mhm.
And I had slept on it once before. Like I was like, let's break this in. And I fucked my girlfriend on it, and it wasn't bad. It was pretty comfy. He broke it immediately. It was a $400 futon, and so I also went out and bought him a bed and box springs to sleep on during the duration. That was probably another $500 or $600.
$5,000, a month of time, a bed.
Yeah.
Like you definitely did a lot.
I'm not. This isn't about me, but we did a lot for him, and he was very ungrateful in the end, I suppose. Living with him was a nightmare, though. He played music all night. He brought his own speakers with him instead of headphones, and he played really high bass music, like thumping. This doom 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 doom.
Was he trying to get you to kick him out so he didn't have to lose the weight?
This
Do you think
was
that was like
night
a
one.
plan?
This was night one when the
No, yeah. Do you think it was a plan? Like, if I'm really obnoxious with the music, they'll be like, "You got to go, man. You
I
got
had
to."
no social awareness. He had no idea he was offending me, and I'm so the opposite direction where I'm really considerate of people's feelings. I was just like, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna move to one of the other bedrooms in the house. Like it was a 2-floor house, and like my basement was finished and had 2 bedrooms in it. So I just moved downstairs to one of the other bedrooms, and I lived there for the duration of his stay.
That's crazy. Yeah.